My name is Dun Xiu Chen, matric number 253539, and through this video, I would like to present my final year project with the title Social Media Usage, the factor that influencing learning behavior towards academic performance among UUN undergraduate students. And this is the overview content that will cover in this presentation video. First of all, I would like to start from the introduction. From the title above, the researcher would like to investigate the factor that influence students' learning behavior towards their academic performance of using the social media. It can be said that the social media is a good and also a useful tool for students because it provides us a broader communication platform, the more flexible information channel, the easier stress release channel, and the more convenient lifestyle. However, there are several previous studies has indicated that the use of the social media will have a negative impact on students' learning and even their academic performance. In the problem statement, according to Hoffman and Babris study in 2017, they indicate that the students' research capability and learning skill are decreasing in certain situations, which students have spent a lot of their attention with this social media platform and it decreased their concentration and they are more likely to spend less time on learning, which this lead to a declination of academic performance. Therefore, it is important for researchers to doing this study to investigate the factor that influence students' learning behavior towards on their academic performance. And there are three objectives were the key in this study, which the first objective is to study and investigate the relationship between learning behavior and academic performance among UUN undergraduate students. The second objective is to investigate the influence of personal skill development towards students' learning behavior towards their academic performance among UUN undergraduate students. And the third objective is to investigate the influence of health towards students' learning behavior towards academic performance among UUN undergraduate students. From these three objectives, it was come out with the research framework. There are three variables in this study, which the independent variable, the mediator variable, and the dependent variable. The learning behavior is the mediator variable in this study, which from this figure, there are three hypotheses or labeled in this figure to indicate their relationship between each of the variables, which this hypothesis comes from the objective. For the first hypothesis, the hypothesis 1, the researcher would like to investigate the influence of learning behavior towards academic performance. And the hypothesis 2, the researcher would like to investigate the influence of personal skill development towards learning behavior and towards academic performance. And the third hypothesis, the researcher would like to investigate the influence of health variable influence on learning behavior towards academic performance, which these three hypotheses has been testing in the end of the finding. And next is the methodology. The quantitative research method has been used in this study to collect the data, which the researcher used the questionnaire through Google Form to collect the data. And the questionnaire was in self-administered survey, which means that the respondent can fill out the form by themselves without the interviewer. And there are total 375 respondents as the sample size in this study. And there are two scale measurements used in this study, which is the learning behavior scale and Likert scale. For learning behavior scale, it indicates for three labels, which never, sometimes, and always. This learning behavior scale was used in the question to investigate the pattern of the respondents towards the using of social media for learning or academic purpose, and also for the Likert scale. This scale was indicated for 5 labels, which the label 1 as strongly disagree and the label 5 as strongly agree. And Likert scale was used in the question to investigate the perception of the respondents of using social media towards their personal skill development and health. And after all the data has been collected, researcher has used the statistical package for social science SPSS to analyze all these data. And next is the research findings. The analysis method used in this finding is mediation regression analysis, which from this table, the significant value column, it is clearly said that the learning behavior has a significant influence toward academic performance. Due to that, the significant value is less than 0.05. And also, the personal skill development also show a significant influence toward academic performance. Due to that, the significant value also less than 0.05. However, for health variable, it does not show a significant influence towards learning behavior and towards academic performance. Due to that, the significant value is greater than 0.05. So, in the hypothesis testing, it can be said that the hypothesis 1 and hypothesis 2 is accepted. Due to that, the significance for both these two hypotheses is greater than 0.05. And the third hypothesis does not significant, so this hypothesis is rejected. In conclusion, it can be concluded that there is a significant influence between mediator variable, which is the learning behavior, and independent variable, the academic performance. And the second hypothesis also is accepted, which the independent variable, the personal skill development, and academic performance with the mediation of learning behavior. Therefore, these two hypotheses is accepted. For hypothesis 2, it has been shown from the previous study that the personal skill, which the combination of the hard skill and also the soft skill, can create a good learning environment and also enhance student learning effectively. Therefore, it can be assumed that the majority of the students who achieve higher academic performance were relying on their personal skill. Therefore, it can be concluded that the personal skill development was able to become one of the leading factors that influenced the academic performance in the mediation of learning behavior. Although the hypothesis 3 has been rejected, the health variable was served as an indirect factor that influenced learning behavior towards academic performance. And that's all for the presentation. Thank you for your listening and wish you have a great day. Thank you.